everybody. We are finally live. Today we got an exciting 3 or 4 press releases regarding some startups that got funded by some venture capital companies. So the first one on our list is technically David Protein. So let's do that right now with David Protein. It's coming out of the United States. So let's get into that right now. So David raises $10 million in seed funding to support science-based nutrition. The capital will fuel the development of high-protein, low-calorie foods. David, a platform that designs tools to increase muscle and decrease fat, today announced a $10 million seed funding round. The investment was led by David CEO and co-founder Peter Rahal, with additional participants from Valor Ventures, David Attia, and Andrew Huberman. David co-founders Peter Rahal, founder of Protein Snacks brand RX Bar, and Zach Rainin, former investor and founder of Braze, bring extensive experience to their latest venture. Rahal has been obsessed with protein bars from a young age and has dedicated his career to creating the perfect protein bar. Rainin worked with the Braze team to develop and scale its low-carb dessert product suite. The pair will use this funding to continue developing science-based delicious food and to build its team of industry-leading strategists, scientists, and health experts. Its first product is a protein bar that will have the most protein per calorie of any currently available protein bar. The bars will be sugar-free, gluten-free, and artificial sweetener flavor-free. Alrighty. So that was an interesting press release. So you can see from that one there was Valor Equity Partners, Peter Radia, who's an MD, and then the one and only Andrew Huberman, right? Alrighty, so now we are moving on to our second press release, a different startup that was funded. We've got a few here, so let's just go right to this article here. Let me pull it up for you. Hopefully you're ready for it. Here we go. And it's called Novo Foodlabs. So let's go over here. Novo Foodlabs, funding accelerating alternative lactoferrin product. So we have Raleigh, North Carolina. New funding will enable food technology company Novo Foodlabs, Raleigh, North Carolina, to accelerate the commercialization of its precision fermented lactoferrin product, Nanoferrin. The funding, led by sustainable protein venture capital firm Joyful Ventures, brings the company's total capital to $4 million, according to the company. Novo, launched in 2021 by Jean Laurens, co-founder and CEO of Novo, Leah Bessa, co-founder and chief science officer of Novo, Richard Greaves, co-founder and chief operating officer of Novo, and Yanni Simon, co-founder and lead protein of R&D of Novo, creates protein-based functional ingredients using microbial fermentation. So Nanoferrin, the company's flagship product, is an alternative lactoferrin product that may mimic and offer similar benefits to lactoferrin, according to the company. The ingredient may be used in such applications as food, beverage, and supplements. The lactoferrin market has long been hindered by high prices and inconsistent supply. Lawrence said, "Our team of scientists and engineers has dedicated themselves to overcoming these challenges through precision fermentation technology, and we are thrilled to have achieved a breakthrough. Nanoferrin is not only more affordable and eco-friendly, importantly, it also provides a reliable supply source compared to traditional bovine lactoferrin products." Other companies that have invested in Novo include Sustainable Food Ventures, Siddhi Capital, Pascual Innoventures, UM6 Ventures, Cold Science Food, and Prithvi Capital. Novo Foodlabs exemplifies the innovation and sustainability we champion at Joyful Ventures, said Milo Runkel, general partner at Joyful Ventures and co-founder of the Good Food Institute. Their advancements in precision fermentation technology and dedication to creating impactful alternatives to high-value animal-derived ingredients paved the way for scalable and profitable industry solutions. As part of the funding, Runkel also will join the company's board of directors. So y'all can see here, Sustainable Food Ventures, Siddhi Capital, Pascual Innoventures, UM6P Ventures, Cult Food Science, and Prithvi Capital. Now, moving on to our next one. German Root Global secures £8 million for its climate footprint management solution. So Berlin-based startup Root Global, which aids companies across the food system is reaching net zero, has secured €8 million in a seed funding round. The investment was led by Christoph Janz at 9 Point, along with Project A, helloworld, ARK Investors, and numerous experienced startup operators. Founded in 2022 by Eric Owanchea and Maurice Henzel, Root Global develops the Root Operating System platform, which helps companies across the food system manage their climate footprint and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The startup's approach aims to cut greenhouse gas emissions from food products by targeting the biggest source of emissions, which are often hidden in the supply chain. This is because a company's total emissions include those from all its suppliers. Since its inception, Root Global has teamed up with Europe's largest food and beverage companies, including the biggest dairy plant and fast food chain. The startup also collaborates with over 100,000 farmers to manage and reduce carbon dioxide emissions. The aim is to demonstrate emission reduction year over year. Given we have access to the most critical data in the supply chain, we believe we have a clear and practical solution that will become industry standard for a $400 billion market, co-founders of Root Global, Eric Owanchea and Maurice Henzel, commented. So, details of the deal. The investment was led by Christoph Janz at Point 9, a Berlin-based venture capital firm that supports startups focusing on B2B software as a service and B2B marketplaces. The funding also included participation from Project A, early-stage tech investors in Europe with offices in Berlin and London, managing 1 billion assets along with helloworld, ARK investors, and 30 business angels. The startup plans to expand its team to achieve its goals of building the company and making a real impact on climate change. So with this funding, we're poised for significant growth, and we're looking to expand our team. We're especially eager to connect with talented engineers who are passionate about solving real-world challenges and driving innovation in a dynamic, fast-paced environment, founding CTO Rodrigo Neves said. Now, going on to our next press release, DiMuto secures $5.9 million to boost global agri-food chain traceability. Oliver Morrison. So, Singapore-based DiMuto, which uses blockchain, AI, and IoT technologies to digitize and optimize the global agri-food supply chain, has announced it has successfully closed its Series A funding round, securing a total of $5.9 million US dollars. The round, which was led by the Yield Lab Asia Pacific, saw contributions from investors including SIS Cloud Global Tech Fund 8, Gold Scepter Limited, and Dave Chen. Existing investors such as Seeds Capital, SG Innovate, and PT Great Giant Pineapple also participated in the round, following their investments in DiMuto's earlier $2.35 million fundraise in 2021. So DiMuto said the fresh capital will bolster expansion into key markets, particularly in Latin America and the US, as well as fast-track the enhancement of its digital ecosystem. So DiMuto's core technology enables end-to-end visibility of agri-food supply chain. For example, its trade management platform digitizes products for quality assurance and data visibility. Its traceable marketplace connects verified buyers and suppliers to enhance transparency and trust. Its financial services provide post-shipment trade financing to drive agri-food business growth. This holistic approach boosts operational efficiency and strengthens the entire supply chain. Since 2019, DiMuto says it has successfully tracked and traced over millions of pieces in produce and millions in dollars of trade value on our platform, working with a global portfolio of clients in over 10 countries and 5 continents. So DiMuto was founded by Gary Lowe after a decade of running a global fruit and vegetable company, Sun Moon Food. In a year marked by global economic challenges, this influx of capital is a resounding validation of the company's growth trajectory, said Lowe, and will enable us to leverage our momentum in the Latin American and U.S. markets and bring us closer to our mission of redefining global agri-trade. Okay, Gary Lowe aims to solve the global issue of food resilience and supply chain inefficiency. So, Lim Hui Hai, Managing Director of SIS Asset Management, added, "We are pleased to support DiMuto in its latest funding round and lend our expertise in the scaling of its AI-powered financial services. There is significant interest from the agri-food industry for such trade financing solutions, and we are confident that DiMuto's real-time data capture and AI-driven financial scoring are poised for great success." So, climate smart food. DiMuto also plans to broaden its marketplace arm and venture into greenhouse-based agriculture to develop climate-adaptive crops. This move aims to enhance year-round supply resilience and scale the company's private label, So Luna Fresh, which has successfully marketed traceable fresh produce from Latin America into Asian markets, particularly in tropical and berries categories. The latest Series A funding not only underscores investor confidence in DiMuto's innovative approach, but also paves the way for its continued leadership in the global agri-food sector, the company added. With this fresh capital, DiMuto is set to accelerate its mission, transforming the agri-food supply chain through digitalization, enhancing transparency, and fostering sustainability across the industry. So, by traders for traders, we want to help agri-food businesses owners optimize their operating efficiently for them to build a foundation of trust between their buyers or sellers so that they can take action on improving and growing their businesses in a more sustainable, efficient manner. Alrighty, so now, with that being said, last but not least, we have one more exciting press release that we're going to get into right now to cover this week's series of news, and we'll get into it right now. So, we have it from fresh off a new funding round, precision agricultural startup BemAgro plans to optimize forest management with AI. Brazilian software as a service startup BemAgro recently raised a 2.6 million pre-Series A round from CNH Industrial, Suzano Ventures, the corporate venture capital arm of pulp producer Suzano, and Atvos. The raise follows a 1.8 million pre-Series A from February that was also led by CNH and included participation from Rural Ventures, BemAgro, and AgroVen. BemAgro will use the new funds to continue development of its software as a service platform for agriculture, including a strategic move to the forest management sector. So optimizing forest management through AI, very, sugarcane fields. We wanted more than just the money. Okay. So it's a very interesting and long article, but most important for us is who invested, which is CNH, of course, Suzano in Brazil, Atvos in Brazil. We have Rural Ventures, I think also in Brazil, and BemAgro and AgroVen. So mostly Latin American investors for this Brazilian software as a service startup. And so with that being said, we are pretty much done for this week's venture capital funding this week. We'll have a whole bunch of new updates soon for our most recent week, which is, as of today, some new news. So in the next few days, we will get that ready for you guys. And next week, we'll come back with more wonderful venture capital funding news for next week. The program is called Venture Capital Funding This Week. And we continue to build out our ecosystem of both companies that are startups, and then on the other side of the table, all the wonderful investors and private equity and venture capital folks who are looking for good investments. And we are doing fundraising in addition to a lot of other value-add services and advisory. So we've been busy fundraising for a lot of folks in the last few weeks, keeping us quite busy. So with that being said, always looking to onboard new strategic partners, building out our ecosystem, but we're really focused on, of course, agriculture, aquaculture, agri-food tech, in addition to all of that blockchain and AI stuff that overlaps actually with agriculture. Okay, have a good day, everybody. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you again soon with more venture capital funding this week. Cheers.